Okay, so I'm going to walk you through what the document object model is, or the DOM. You may have heard this term been thrown around a little bit as you learn more and more about web programming. So to put it briefly, the DOM is what is created from your HTML. So HTML is a text structuring language or markup language that allows you to express the way that you want the DOM to look in essence. So you communicate what you want to be in the structure of your object model is going to be, right? Now, the browsers themselves are moving, each of the browser vendors are trying to standardize this interface more and more. I mean, it's not 100% accurate for everything. So, like, you might have a little bit of difference between, say, Safari and Chrome and Edge and so forth. But for the most part, they're trying to get a uniform structure to this model and the interactions and the APIs that you then use for stuff like CSS and JavaScript in particular. So what I want to show you now is what's like just give you a visual representation so that you can kind of understand how it works. So here I have my HTML document and I only have three elements, three paragraph tags here, and as you can see I can hover them and select them. So this is the text that I'm sending through my file. This is my file, and what's going to happen is that, and it's already happened. If I'm seeing this, what's already happened is that the browser has read and parsed all of this information that I wrote, converted it into code that is now running, and it's doing lots of things. So one of the main things it's doing is that it's actually showing me something on the screen. The computer is now actually rendering a view that I can see. Now we have access, and this is where JavaScript comes into play. We have access to certain parts of this interface. We can't do everything that the browser can do, but we can do pretty significant stuff. So I do document.body. That is going to give me the entire body element. So if I open this, as you can see in my browser, I actually see my elements down here. Now, if I do .children, it's going to give me an array. And this is I'm doing JavaScript right now. So this is an array where these three tags are stored. And if I were to do some type of JavaScript programming or anything like that, I can actually do quite a lot of stuff with this, but I just want you to show you. So that p tag that you created, this is what the browser has done. So you see this massive amount of data. Here is the actual text itself, as you can see, but that's just a part of it. All this other stuff is being put there by the browser, and some of it is used by the browser itself, and some of it is stuff that is accessible to us developers so that we can do some pretty cool stuff. And that is in essence what's happening. So to summarize, when you write HTML, all you're doing is that you're creating some text that the browser then will convert into code and run it in your browser. That's in essence how it works, and that's the document object model.